All right, good morning, class. It's Monday, April 13th. We had some issues with homework yesterday submitting it, and some of you are a little bit confused, so I thought we could do a practice problem. This will be the only video today, and there will be no video on Wednesday. I have not gotten the test written, but you'll have plenty of time to take it all day Wednesday. I'll probably get it done tomorrow, and I'll put it up like at 8 o'clock in the morning till midnight, and I'll give you like 6 hours to take the test. There will be a section that you can print off and write in to make it easier on you, and you can just email that to me. Just save it as a doc or a PDF. Okay, so just write or take a picture of it, and then send it to me. Okay, it'll be a couple questions, so you may have to do some drawing, you may have to do some calculations, and the rest will be as the quizzes though. The online part will be as quizzes, and then the rest you can simply, it'll be a one page and you can just take a picture of it. Okay, does that make sense? So it'll be two parts. Part A will be on Blackboard, you'll take it on Blackboard, and part B you can just print it off and fill it out and take a picture of it and send me the picture through the email. That will be fine. All right, very good. All right, we got a new ranch, Lazy R Commercial Cow Calf Ranch. Needs your expertise. Okay, this ranch has 200 mama cows and actually they got 5 bulls. I lied. They got 5 bulls, not 3. 3's not enough for 200 cows, so they got 5 bulls. And last spring, a year ago, they had 180 calves, which they weaned in the fall. So probably had a few more cows than that calf, but only 180 calves were weaned, and they weighed 500. Calves brought a buck 54.5 in the fall. They kept all their bulls, didn't sell any bulls, and they went ahead and culled the 20 cows that didn't produce a calf. And those 20 cows brought 14 grand. And they spent 100 grand on those 200 cows. So the first thing we need to do is calculate pounds of weaned calf produced per cow that was exposed to the bulls. So let's take 180 cows that weaned a calf and divide by 200 cows that were exposed to bulls. That's a 90% calf crop. So the 2019 percent calf crop weaned was 90%. So if their calves average 500 pounds, we multiply 500 pounds times 0.9. That means that every cow in the herd produced 450 pounds of calf. So their pounds of calf per cow exposed was 450 pounds. So that's pretty easy. Figure out their calf crop and multiply it by their average weaning weight. Okay, good. This is the tricky part. Second, let's calculate their annual cow cost. But first, we got an account for them selling those 20 cows. So even though the ranch sold 20 cows, they really maintained the 200 cows for most of the year. So we still use the 200 cows because, you know, they had them for at least 9 months. Okay? So they spent 100 grand, but they sold $14,000 worth of culls. So let's go ahead and divide that by the 200 cows in the herd after we do the subtraction. So their annual cow cost, okay, was $86,000. 100,000 minus 14,000. Divided by 20 cows in the herd, 200 cows in the herd, that's $430 a cow. So this year, 2019, because they sold culls to offset their expenses, their annual cow cost this year, 2019, was $430 per cow. Moving right along, let's calculate the break-even calf price. Well, if they spent $430 a cow after accounting for selling the culls, and each cow in the herd generated 450 pounds of calf, that's 95.6 cents a pound. 95.6 cents a pound, or 95.60 a hundredweight. So just move that decimal around however you feel comfortable. But I just left it as a 3 decimals there so you could make your math work out. So 0.956 cents a pound is what their break-even was. Fourth, let's calculate how much profit each cow generated for the ranch, even though only 180 cows weaned a calf. Still calculate based on 200 cows. So we need pounds of weaned calf per cow times profit per pound of calf, that leaves profit per cow. So I kind of did it backwards, but that's all right. So they sold their calves for $1.54.5 a pound, and they had 95.6 a pound in those calves. That means they made a profit of 50.589 cents a pound. 0.589 cents a pound. So now we can go to the top where it says pounds of weaned calf per cow exposed. That's 450 times the profit. What was the profit? It was about almost 59 cents a pound, but let's just keep it at 58.9 a pound. So I just carried that number down there at the bottom. So every cow in the herd generated $265 and a nickel. Now at the outset, we know that 20 of those lazy cows that didn't get bred or got bred and lost a calf for whatever reason, may have been their fault, may have not been their fault. Even though 20 cows didn't produce a calf because they had 180 calves, that's okay. Still part of the herd. They're still part of the team. That means we generated $265 and a nickel every cow in the herd. So, you know, cows that did their good work, that weaned a heavy calf, probably generated more than that, but it doesn't matter. We calculated on a herd basis. So 450 pounds per calf per cow times 589.589 profit per pound. So now I want you to say, how much money did the ranch make after they accounted for ranch expenses? Do that. Well, if they made $265 and a nickel per cow, and you've got 200 cows out there working for you, that's $53,010. So that ranch with 200 cows generated $53,000. So think about this. Let's say that ranch had 400 cows, and those 400 cows supported the family. You know, that family would make over $100,000 with 400 cows. So just that kind of reiterates the fact that you need about 300 to 400 cows to support a family of 4. Okay, so we had 200 cows and they made $53,000. $53,010. Okay? All right, here's the bonus. Here's the bonus. Okay, so you can read along with me. Ranch Lazy R doesn't mind spending $100,000. He kept back 20 replacement heifers, or maybe he went and bought 20 replacement heifers. Really doesn't matter. So he's going to maintain his herd at 200. Okay, not going to cull anything next year. He really wants to increase his number of calves from 180 to 190. So instead of having a 90% calf crop, he wants to have a 95% calf crop, and he wants to increase weaning weight by 15 pounds. And you're going to suggest to him how you're going to do that, and he knows he's okay with spending a little bit more money. So he wants to say, what if I increase my calves to 190 and I increase my weaning weight to 515? How much can I spend and maintain the break even that I would have had last year if I didn't sell any culls? Okay, so what would be an acceptable annual cow cost given the management to increase percent calf crop and average weaning weight? So remember, he spent $100,000 on 200 cows. If he didn't sell any culls, what would his ACC be? It'd be $500. And for that $500, he generated 450 pounds of calf per cow. So in this what if question, we set up the algebraic relationship of where we are now, okay, without selling any culls. Where would we be if we didn't sell any culls? How much can we spend if we increase calves to 190 and we increase weaning weight to 515? So I simply did this. 500 divided by 450 is $1.11.11. So that would have been his break even last year if he didn't sell any culls. But he sold culls, and that's okay, because you're going to cull from time to time. But what would it be if he didn't sell any culls? He spent $100,000, 200 cows, so that's his break even. Now he wants to know what his new annual cow cost could be if he bumped up calf crop 5% with 10 more calves, and he bumped up weaning weight 15 pounds from 500. Okay. So take this number, which is 49 1/4, bring it over here and multiply it by $1.11. Solve for x, and X is $543.61. So what you're saying is for $43.61 a cow, if he can spend no more than that, and better if he spent less than that, and if he spends a little bit more on his cows compared to what he spent last year, okay, and he bumps his calf crop by 5% and his weaning weight by 15%, his break even will still be what? $1.1111. Okay, very good. That's the practice problem. That's today's lecture. I can promise you, I can 100% promise you, you'll have a problem just like this that you will fill out, take a picture of it, and email it back to me. Okay, you'll have a problem just like the Lazy R Ranch. All right, great, thanks, bye.